Okay. Good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. Okay, am I audible, visible? Kindly confirm me. And if you have any doubt, you may ask. If you have any doubt, you may ask. Anyone is having any doubt regarding the last class or any other class? So I believe today we need to start. We're going to start from the Indian Geography section. Kindly confirm it. Okay. So anyone has any doubt, any confusion regarding the last class or any concept that you have not understood till now? So we have completed many sections. Now we have landed on the Indian geography. So we have completed the physical geography taken of the world, and now we'll talk about the that is the geography of India. That is the physical geography in the context of India. We'll talk about the physical geography in the context of India. Clear, everybody? Now, so first thing comes first. Everybody knows the map of India. Everybody knows the map of India. This is the map of India. This is where the Indian subcontinent lies. This is where the Indian subcontinent lies. Okay, this is where the Indian subcontinent lies. Now, so basically, this is overall the map of India. And if I want to even show you the map of India, so if I open my map, so this is the map of the world, the throughout world. Okay, and in this very big world where the India lies, this is the overall India. So India lies in the, you may say, India is the part of the Asia. India is the part of the Asia. So it is in the northern part of the Asia, you may say in this way. Okay, so India is the part of the Asia itself. Clear? This is a beautiful India. Now we'll talk about some more features of the India. So first, what you need to understand the overall stretch of the India. So the overall stretch of the India, if I talk about, so India stretches from the north, south to the east and west. Now, what is a degree basically? So from north and south, it is 84 and 8 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 6 minutes. This is the north and south extension of India. Next is the east and west extension. So in the east and west, 68 degrees 7 minutes to 97 degree 25 minutes. This is the east and west extension of India. So north, south, and east and west extension of India is something you need to know or you should be very clear about. Okay. Next is, let me show you some pictures. Yeah. In this picture, you must see clearly that overall, what are the visible part of the India that you need to understand. So overall, India extend from this 84. Now overall India extend from this 84-degree 4 minutes to 37-degree 6 minutes from north and south. So the north and south extension of the India. The north and south extension of the India is from 84-degree north to 37-degree 6 minute north. Okay? Next is the east and west extension of the India is the 68-degree 7 minute. 68-degree 7 minutes now to the west and 68-degree 7 minutes east to 97-degree 25 minutes east. Now, why we are saying east all the time? So what? Because we are measuring the direction from the prime meridian. Means we have divided the earth and now measuring it. So it is coming from the prime meridian. It is coming on the eastern direction. Hence, we have written here east. Now, apart from that, the point, the eastern and western extension. First, let us talk about the north and south extension. So, if I talk about the north and south extension, so the north and south extension of the India is from the Indra Col, from the Indra Col to Kanyakumari, or you may say from the Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Specifically, if I talk about, it is Indra Col. ठीक है ना? So from the Indra Col, from the Indra Col, ठीक है ना? From the Indra Col to Kanyakumari. Clear? From the Indra Col to the Kanyakumari. This is the north and south extension. North and south extension from Indra Col to Kanyakumari. Clear? Now, now, and next I'll talk about the east and west extension. So east and west extension of the India, it lies from the Guharmoti, Guharmoti to Kibithu. So Guharmoti, it is in the Gujarat, and Kibithu, it is in the Arunachal. ठीक है ना? So Guharmoti to Kibithu, it is the western and eastern extension, and Indra Col to Kanyakumari, it is the north and south extension. ठीक है ना? Now one more thing is the Indra Point. What is this Indra Point? It is the southern extension in maritime boundary. So this is the southern extension in the maritime boundary, that is you need to know. And apart from that, there's one more line. There's one more line, and this line is known as this line. This line. What is this line? This is the Indian Standard Time. This is known as the Indian Standard Time or Indian Standard Meridian. This is the overall longitude that we take as a reference for the measurement of time in the context of the India. So if we want to measure the time in the context of India, we will take this line. If we want to take the time of the India, so we'll take this line. This line passes through 82 and half, 82 and half, and this line overall, the Indian Standard Time, it is the 5.5 hour ahead of the Greenwich. So Greenwich, that is the prime meridian. From there, we are 5.5 hour ahead. From the Greenwich, we are 5.5 hour ahead. Clear? So this is something, these are some points that you need to understand from this picture. Is these thing clear to you? Concept clear? So this is overall the north and south and east and west extension of the India. North and south, east and west extension of India. The overall length of the north and south, it is 3,214 kilometers, and overall stretch of the east and west, it is 2,933 kilometers. So overall the north and south, it is more in the length. Okay, it is more in the length. Now, so this is all of the things has been written. Latitude and longitude, as we have discussed already. North and south extension 32 and 14 kilometer, and east and west is 2,933 kilometers. Southernmost point in the maritime boundary, it is Andaman Nicobar Indra Point. ठीक है? Or southwestern point is the Lakshadweep. Indra Point is the southernmost point. We talked about it. Now, next we'll talk about the Tropic of Cancer. Now, what is the Tropic of Cancer? So again, let me show you a very beautiful picture. So you know that as I have discussed that on Earth we have some imaginary lines. on Earth we have some imaginary lines, and these imaginary lines pass through the Earth. Basically, if I talk about, this is the overall Earth, ठीक है ना? This is the overall Earth. In this case, the- in this case, you may see, for example, this is the equator. Equator is the midline that passes from the center of the Earth. Equator. This is the largest latitude. Equator is the largest latitude. Clear? Now, the line which passed 23 and a half up of this equator is known as the Tropic of Cancer. And the line which passed 23 and a half down or below the equator is known as the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay? So, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and this is known as the equator. Clear? This is known as the equator. Now, so the Tropic of Can and this area which is there between the north and south, 23 and half, 23 and south, this complete area is known as this one. This area is known as the tropical area. ठीक है ना? This area is known as the tropical area. Clear, everybody? So this area is known as the tropical area. This area is known as the tropical area. Now, so basically, this line is known as Tropic of Cancer, and India lies here. So let me draw it for you. So overall, this is the tropical area where we have the maximum sunlight. And if I talk about where the India lies here, somewhere here. So India lies here. This is the position of India. This means what? This means India overall, south part of the India, the southern India, it is in the tropical area, and the northern India, it is in the subtropical area. Subtropical area. Got it? The southern India, it is in the tropical area, and northern India, it is in the subtropical area. Clear? So these are the two things that you need to understand. Now, here comes the question: how many states are there from which the Tropic of Cancer passes? How many states are there from which Tropic of Cancer passes? So this is the question for you. How many states are there from which Tropic of Cancer passes? Clear? Now, so we'll see total there are, cancer. If I talk about the cancer, cancer. So cancer is a deadly disease. If you take it from the point of view of the disease. So cancer is a deadly disease. And definitely you will die from the cancer. ठीक है ना? In हिंदी इट इज नोन चारों खाने चित्त हो जाना. चारों खाने चित्त मतलब कि ओवरऑल है ना, लाइक शाम दाम दंड भेद, नथिंग works for you. So 4 multiplied by 2, 4 multiplied by 2, that is 8. That is Tropic of Cancer passes through 8 states of India. Tropic of Cancer passes through 8 states of India. Clear? And they divide these states into equal parts. So, for example, this is the Tropic of Cancer. Now, you may see the 8 states. For example, the first is the Gujarat, is one state. Next comes the Rajasthan. Take next comes the overall Madhya Pradesh. Next comes the Chhattisgarh. Okay, and Jharkhand is also there. And then West Bengal is there. And then overall this Tripura is there. And then overall this Mizoram is there. ठीक है ना? These are the 8 states. These are the 8 states from which the Tropic of Cancer passes. So a question can be also framed from here, that how many states the Tropic of Cancer passes? So Tropic of Cancer passes through 8 states. And name them. So Gujarat, Rajasthan, MP, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, and Mizoram. These are the 8 states from which Tropic of Cancer passes. Clear? So this is the second type of the question that can be asked from here. Now we'll talk about overall total area of the India. So total area of the India, it is the in square kilometer, it is 3.28 million square kilometer. Million. 1 million is equal to 1 million is equal to 10 to power 6 million, and 1 billion is equal to 10 to power 9, and 1 trillion is equal to 10 to power 12. So million, billion, trillion. This is the overall series or sequence that you need to understand. Okay? And overall geographical area of the world, it is 2.4%, and it is the seventh largest country in terms of world. है ना? Largest country in terms of world, means in terms of area, you may call it. ठीक है ना? World में in terms of area, it is seventh largest. First is Russia, Canada, US, China, Brazil, Australia, and then India. 3.28% million, 3.28 million square kilometer. From this area, it is the seventh largest. But if I talk about in terms of the population, it is the first, or it is the densely populated state. India is the densely populated state. It has basically the maximum population. Okay. Now, overall, if I talk about the land boundary of the India, the land boundary is nearly 15,200 kilometers. ठीक है ना? Mainland boundary is 6,100 and 7,517 kilometer. This is the maritime boundary. This is the maritime boundary. Maritime boundary. ठीक है? So that is what you need to understand. Next, I will talk about overall some physical features of India. So, in the physical feature, for example, in the north we have the mountains, Himalayan mountains. So, we have the lofty mountains in the north, taking a very big Himalayan mountains. And if I talk about the Himalayan mountains, so they are the young fold mountains. Young fold mountains. They are still folding. Taking young fold. It is the or Aravali is it is the old fold mountain. So, whenever you talk about the Aravali, so Aravali is a old fold mountain, but Himalaya is the young fold mountain, which has been formed from the collision of the Indian and Eurasian plate. So when the Indian plate submerged into the Eurasian plate, inside the Eurasian plate, then the overall the formation of the mountain has taken place. ठीक है ना? Now next is northwest is Hindu Kush and the Suleiman range. Purvanchal में we have the Purvanchal hills. Northeast में Purvanchal hills. The major rivers, Ganga, Brahmaputra is there, Mahanadi, Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri. ठीक है ना? Now please understand this concept. In Indian geography, I will going to cover each and everything of yours. Means regarding the I'm going to cover each and everything regarding the regarding your that mapping. So in the mapping, all the overall drainage system will be covered in the mapping section only. All the drainage system will be covered in the mapping section only. Now let us talk about the time difference. As I told you, if you move 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. So if you move 1 degree in the latitude, for example, this is one latitude, this is another latitude. So if you move 1 degree, there will be change in the 4 minute. So 1 degree is the 4 minute, and hence overall, if you compare, so because we are at 82 and a half, we are 82 and a half east of the prime meridian. So this overall aggregately cost you 5 hour, 5.5 hour. This overall aggregately will going to cost you 5.5 hour, 5.5 hour. So that is the reason why it is costing you 5.5 hour. Clear, everybody? ठीक है? Now. So basically, time difference, if I talk about, so we are measuring the Indian time from the Indian Standard Time, which is passing through 23 and a half east, and it passes through the Mirzapur. So from here, from here, what we have seen that overall, definitely there's a difference. There's a difference from the time which is there in the Gujarat in this region. For example, Guhar Moti, we have named it. ठीक है ना? Guhar Moti or Kibithu. Because the time was changing, the time is changing according to these longitudes. So time is changing according to these longitudes, and there's a difference in time. There's a difference in time, and on overall this difference is nearly the time difference is nearly 2 kilometers. ठीक है ना? So that is what so 2 hours between the Guharmoti and the Kibitu. So time difference is nearly 2 hours. ठीक है ना? In the US we have the 7 time zones. In India we have only one time zone. One time zone. ठीक है ना? And this Indian Standard Time, this line passes through the Mirzapur UP, as I told you, Mirzapur UP. And over, if I talk about how many states are there that this line covers, so this line covers the 5 states totally: Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. UP, MP, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. These are the 5 states, है ना? That this line covers, that this Indian Standard Time line covers. 5 states are there. ठीक है ना? Now, if I talk about the political division, so politically there are 28 states and 8 union territories. 28 states and 8 union territories. Now, basically the states are divided on the basis of the administrative convenience. This is what we understand. Administrative convenience. Administrative convenience. So states are divided into the basis of the administrative convenience, and union territories are divided on the basis of the strategic location. ठीक है, स्ट्रेटेजी लोकेशन मीन्स विच लोकेशन इज वेरी प्राइम लोकेशन, ठीक है ना. फॉर एग्जांपल द अंडमान निकोबार, द लोकेशन ऑफ द अंडमान निकोबार इज वेरी प्राइम, ठीक है ना. सो एनीवन कैन अटैक इन ऑन इंडिया. So that's why now the center want that overall, okay, I am only going to control or have a control over it, ठीक है ना, directly. No state government will have its stake on it, ठीक है. This much is clear. Any doubt till now? You may ask. ठीक है. Now, so the classification of the states, if we talk about, so largest state is the Rajasthan area wise. If you talk about area or largest state area wise is the Rajasthan, and smallest state area wise it is Goa. So Goa is the smallest state area wise, and Rajasthan is the largest state area wise. Clear? And overall some of the things you also need to understand, okay, that overall with states without the international boundaries, that which state don't form the international boundary, or how many states are there or they have the boundary with the neighboring countries. For example, how many states border with the Pakistan. So JNK, Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, these all are the states that are there, okay, they border with the Pakistan. Then with the China, so JNK, Himachal, Uttarakhand, ये सारे states हैं. So Paulina not very important, but at least you need to have good understanding. Next is neighboring countries. So we have the Sri Lanka, we have the Maldives Island. These are the neighboring countries, as we have discussed. Now, till now, if you have any confusion, you may ask. Otherwise, we'll move forward. Any confusion till now? Anything that you have confusion that is not clear yet? आप लोग रिप्लाई क्यों नहीं करते भाई? बहुत गंदी आदत है. Very bad manners. You guys never reply. Hmm? What's the case? What's the matter? You never reply. Answer me if you have any doubt. Okay, I believe there's no doubt. I believe there's no doubt from your side. Okay. Now, so next thing is overall the physiological division of India. Okay. The overall physiological division of India. That overall how India has been divided on the basis of the its physiology. On the basis of its physiology. So first we'll talk about the Himalaya. So what we have studied about the Himalaya till now, that the Himalaya, it is the young four mountains. It is the young fold mountain. Fold mountain. So Himalaya is the young fold mountain, and this has been formed because of the Indian plates. This is the Indian plate, and this was the oral Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate. So when the Indian plate when the Indian plate was when Indian plate submerged inside the Eurasian plate or gone down inside the Eurasian plate, then it forms the Himalaya. So this is the overall way of formation of the Himalaya, that how Himalaya has been formed. So Himalaya is formed overall when the Indian plate goes inside the Eurasian plate, then takes the formation of the Himalaya. Clear? So this is what you need to understand from the context in the context of the Himalaya. Himalaya is the young fold mountain, and if I talk about, let's say, Aravali. So Aravali mountain. So Aravali mountain, they are the old fold mountain. They are the old fold mountain. Okay. Aravali is the old fold mountain. Clear, everybody? Aravali is the old fold mountain. Clear? Now, so if I talk about the, let's say, overall division of the mountain or Himalaya, so Himalaya overall has been divided. Okay, now, or all the northeastern mountains or northern plains and peninsular plateau. Overall, if I talk about Himalaya, is not one mountain. Himalaya, it is a range of mountain or series of mountain. For example, from here it start. From here start the Kashmir Himalaya. Then here it comes the Himachal Himalaya. Then this part is the Nepal Himalaya. Then this part is the Sikkim Himalaya. And then in the Meghalaya we have the Garu Khasi Jaintia Hills. And in the Arunachal we have the Abor Dafla Mirimishmi. Then we have the Nagaland Naga Hills, Mizo Hills, Manipur Hills. ठीक है ना? And then here it forms the overall Arakayama range. So this whole is the Arakayama range, and Andaman and Nicobar, it is the extended part of the Arakayama range only. Andaman and Nicobar is the extended part of the Arakayama range only. Clear, everybody? So this is overall what we understood. And Himalaya is not one mountain; it is a series of mountain. Himalaya is not one mountain; it is the series of mountain. Clear? Division कैसे किया है? Division we have done northern mountain, northern plain, and peninsular plateau. Let us have or Indian desert, cold desert. ये सारी चीजें हैं. Let us understand things slowly and slowly. First, we will talk about overall the Himalayan mountain. So Himalayan mountain we'll talk about. Now what is it? So basically, generally, what you know about Himalayan mountain. So basically, it is a young mountain, as I told you. Himalaya is known as the young fold mountain. So it is a young mountain. It is a weak also. It is still gaining its height. The overall height I told you of Himalaya 8,848 kilometer. So this height is increasing day by day. Now, for example, right now it is 8,849 kilometers. So it is increasing day by day. It is increasing day by day. Hence, it is a young fold mountain. So it is Himalaya is a kind of a fold mountain, young fold mountain. ठीक है ना? Overall form, it is the rugged mountain, unstable zone. These are the things. Tectonic origin, as I told you, na, overall the Himalaya has been originated tectonically because there was tectonic activity of that Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. So Indian plate goes inside the Eurasian plate. So that because of this tectonic movement. ठीक है ना? And overall, it also led to the generation of the River George, V-shaped valley, rapid waterfalls. These things have been developed there. ठीक है ना? And as I told you that overall the Himalaya has been divided or overall in the north, western, south, eastern, except in the specific regions. So means in the northwest or in the southeast, it is there. Darjeeling में, Sikkim में it is there. Arunachal में it is there. Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, northerns है ना, north south. So basically कई जगह पे in many places you will find this kind of a origin. Now, if I talk about the greater Himalaya, so overall the Himalaya has been divided into some part. So for example, overall Himalaya has been divided. Actually, Himalaya has been divided into the two ways. First, we will do the classification of Himalaya in this way. Take in this way, whichever mountain is going passing, we'll talk about that. For example, the Great Himalaya we'll talk about the Middle Himalaya, and then we'll talk about the Outer Himalaya or the Shivalaya. We'll talk about. ठीक है ना? And in addition to that, after this, we'll talk about the formation of the Himalaya, compartmentalization of Himalaya in this format. In this format, on the basis of the state or on the basis of the river, I should say. We'll do the classification on the basis of the river. On the basis of the river. So first, let us go with the first Himalaya. That is the Greater Himalaya Range. Greater Himalaya Range. ठीक है, and Shivalik. ठीक है. So first of all, you need to understand this point. Then which is this point? This point is the Pamir Knot. This point is known as the Pamir Knot, and this is the Hindu Kush mountain range. Pamir Knot and Hindu Kush mountain range. ठीक है ना? And here we have the Kulan mountain. ठीक है ना? Kulan mountain. Now, first comes the Great Himalaya range. So Great Himalaya range. ठीक है ना? Great Himalaya range. Here what we'll have going to have Great Himalaya range. Basically, here we have many peaks. For example, we have the Mount Everest here, Kanchenjunga, Makalu, and Dhalagiri, Nanga Parbat. Most of the things we'll have in the Great Himalaya, and Great Himalaya is also known as the Himadri. That is what you need to understand. The Great Himalaya, also known as the Himadri. Himadri. Great Himalaya or Himadri. Great Himalaya or Himadri. ठीक है. Next comes the हिमाचल और लेसर हिमालय. So Great Himalaya, Himadri, हिमाचल और लेसर हिमालय. ठीक है ना? It is highly compressed. Highly compressed. The major ranges will be the पीर पंजाल, धौलागिर, धौलाधर. ठीक है ना? और महाभारत range. So this is the हिमाचल or this is the lesser Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya or हिमाचल. ठीक है? Next comes the outer Himalaya, or you may call it as the Shivalik. So Shivalik is the outer Himalaya or Shivalik. So here the overall location of this outer Himalaya will be mostly out of the range of the Himalaya. Means now they are on the land is about to begin kind of, है ना? And overall width is 100 to 50, 10 to 50. Sediments, you will find the sediments here. That is the good beauty of the Shivalik. You will find sediment composed of the unconsolidated sediments of brought down by the rivers. So overall, in the Shiva Lake, the sediments will be brought down by the river. So river will they will brought down the sediments. They will brought down the sediments. ठीक है ना? Now if I talk about the valley, what is valley? ठीक है, in the case of Shiva Lake, तो longitudinal valleys होती हैं that we call as the dunes. You may heard about the Dehradun. So that is the same thing. ठीक है. Now let me divide it for you. Now what we have understood till now, now I'm moving forward from there only. So what we have understood the Shivalik, that is, we have the outer Himalaya, and now we have understood the middle Himalaya, and then we have understood the Himadri, that is the greater Himalaya. So that was the classification in the horizontal format. Now we're going to divide the Himalaya on the basis of the river. On the basis of the river. So first comes the Indus River. As I said also that I will talk about the Indus River system. I will talk about the Indus River system in details. In detail, I will talk about the Indus River system. Therefore, for example, how it has been conquered by the World Bank in 1960, or whatever the things there that are there. I will discuss about each and everything. Indus water treaty. Okay? And how many rivers are there that fall in India, that fall in the Pakistan. Okay? So for now, what do you need to understand? This is the Indus River. This is coming from here, and here we have the Satluj River. Now, the area between the Indus and Satluj is known as the Punjab Himalaya because overall Punjab lies in this area. And the meaning of the word Punjab itself is the area which is formed from the Fife River, Punjab. The area which has been formed from the Fife River is known as the Punjab. Is known as the Punjab. Clear, everybody? So Indus, the area between the Indus and the Satluj is known as the Punjab Himalaya. The area between the Indus and Satluj is known as the Punjab Himalaya. Next comes the area between the Satluj, this is the Satluj, and Kali River is known as the Kumaon Himalaya. The area between the Satluj and Kali is known as the Kumaon Himalaya. Kumaon Himalaya. Okay. Third thing is the area between the Kali and Tista is known as the Nepal Himalaya because this is the overall region of Nepal. The area between the Kali River and Tista River. The area between the Kali River and Tista River is known as the Nepal Himalaya. Clear? And last is the overall area between the Tista River and Dhang River. ठीक है ना? It's Dihang River. Dihang River is coming from here, Arunachal. है ना? That area is known as the Assam Himalaya. Assam Himalaya. So these are the four classifications of the Himalaya. Vertical classification you may call it as. Vertical classification. So vertical classification, I believe now you understood what is the meaning of the vertical classification. ठीक है ना? So this was the Punjab Himalaya, Kumaon Himalaya, Nepal Himalaya, or Assam Himalaya. Clear, everybody? And download this picture from the here only. So this is what we have understood till now. है ना? These are things now become a cakewalk for you. Next, we'll talk about the Purvanchal Hill or on the expansion of the that expansion of the Himalaya in the northeastern part. The expansion of the Himalaya in the northeastern part. So first, we call it as the Purvanchal or Eastern Hill Mountains system. ठीक है ना? For here we'll have the many hills, for example, the Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, Mizo Hills. This is something we'll talk about, and you need to have the proper understanding of where these state lies. Which state is the common state which shares the boundary of with all seven sister states is the Assam. Assam. ठीक है. And as I told you that overall in uh, okay, that is Assam state. ठीक है. Assam is if you want to travel, for example, in any state, any if you want to travel Meghalaya, if you want to travel Manipur, Mizoram, anyhow you have to cross the Assam only. ठीक है. Assam only. So this is overall na Garo Khasi Jayantiya. So we have the Garo. This is the Garo. This is the overall. This is the Garo. This is Garo. This is Khasi, and this is Jayantiya. This is overall the part of the Meghalaya. Means overall this uh, this these all these three things are the part of the Himalaya only. ठीक है ना. Garo Khasi Jayantiya. And now here we have the one thing is missing. हाँ, the Dafla Miri Abor Mishmi. DMAM. Dafla Miri Abor Mishmi. Dafla Miri Abor Mishmi. याद रखेगा. DMAM. DMAM. Dafla Miri Abor Mishmi. ठीक है ना. This is the overall hills that is present apart from the Patkai Boom, Naga Hills, Meeker Hills, Manipur Hills, na Lushai Hills, Arakayuma Range. Everything is there. Everything is there. Clear? Any doubt till now? Tell me. Any doubt? Anybody? Now, we'll talk about the northern plains, how the northern plate has been in place as it is there. So overall, we know that two kinds of the rivers are there. Basically, two kinds of rivers are there. One thing is the perennial river. Perennial river. ठीक. And next thing is the seasonal rivers. Seasonal rivers. So perennial river is overall the kind of a river which is flowing throughout the year. Any river which is flowing throughout the year, and how it is flowing, because there's enough water availability throughout the year. For example, perennial river means, for example, any river which is coming directly from the mountains, from the ice caps. So you know that Himalaya is the source of the many rivers because of its frozen ice. So that is known as the perennial river. So any river which is coming from the that Himalaya, for example, Ganga is a perennial river. Yamuna is a perennial river. They will have the water throughout the year, throughout the year. Okay? And you also know this thing that if the water is less, and it also uh, help in some sections. Clear, everybody? So this is a perennial river. Seasonal river, what was the river? For example, most of the South Indian rivers they are seasonal. They depend on the precipitation. So when there's a precipitation, when if there's a precipitation, it will going to have enough amount of water. And if not precipitation, if there's no precipitation, what will happen? At that time, the overall river will be dry just like it is right now. Okay? Clear? So this is the difference between the perennial and seasonal river. And here we will talking about the overall three major river systems we have: the Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. So these are the three major river systems that we have in India. That we have in India. First is the Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Now this Indus is overall the Indus river system, and we'll talk about it in details. But I believe यहाँ पर नहीं है. No problem. So basically, if I talk about the Indus river system or Indus water system, let's just talk about the Indus water system only. So this is basically the Indus water system, Indus river system. In this Indus river system, first of all, what you need to understand, in this Indus river system, this is the Indus river, this is the Indus river. It is moving here. Okay. Now this Indus river, it is moving from here. Now you know a term known as the CGI. CGI, Chief Justice of India. CGI means Chief Justice of India. You revert it and make it IJC. ठीक है ना, IJC, CGI, IJC. Now, CGI is not the case, IJC is the case. What it means? I for Indus, J for Zalem, or C for Chenab. These three rivers will going to fall or will going to directly join the Pakistan. ठीक है, Indus, Jhelum, और Chenab. ठीक है, Indus is there, this is Jhelum, and this is Chenab. These all rivers are the part of the Pakistan, or they are in the favor of the Pakistan. ठीक है, तो basically they go in Pakistan simply as it is. CGI से याद कर लेंगे. Rest all the rivers Ravi, Byas and Satluj. ठीक है ना, Ravi, Byas and Satluj. ठीक है ना, Ravi, Byas and Satluj. ठीक है, all these three rivers, Ravi, Byas and Satluj, all these three rivers, they are they are the part of India. So basically Ravi, Byas and Satluj overall they will deliver the water to India. And here IJC they will deliver the water to the Pakistan. Taken under the agreement. Clear? This agreement was concurred by the World Bank in 1960. So World Bank was the supervisor while this agreement was conducted. Clear? In addition to that, in Pakistan can use up to 80% of its water, and India can use only 20% of the water. Pakistan can use 80% of the water, and India can use only 20% of the same water. Clear? 20% of the same water. In addition to that, India can only make run of the river project. India can only make run of the river project. What is it? So, for example, let's say India want to produce the thermal energy from this Indus River and set up a turbine. So in that case, definitely no issue is this because India will not going to hold the water. But if it has made some bridge or something else, very big bridge, at that time it will hamper overall the flow of the water in the Pakistan. Hence, it is written there that India can make a dam, no issue in this, make electricity. But the only thing is, don't make a run of the river project. ठीक है ना? And if you are making the run of means if you are making the run of river, make the run of river project. If you're making it, ensure this thing that 80% supply is going to the 80% supply is going to the that in Pakistan. We are only allowed to use 20% of the water of the perennial river. Is that clear, everybody? Now, let us move forward. One question was also there in the UPSC earlier, and that question was which river is there in the Indus River system in which two more river joins, or they have given, for example, they have given the name of a river, and they are asking that which two river join this river. Tell me, tell me the answer if you know. So basically, the answer for that question was Chenab. So Chenab, you see Chenab is coming from here, and now you see what? You see the Ravi. The Ravi it is going inside, and Satluj is also going inside. Clear? So Ravi and Satluj are the two rivers in which joins the Chenab. Then Chenab overall the volume increases. The overall volume of the Chenab is increases a lot. It increases a lot. Clear, everybody? This is what you need to understand from here. So this Ganga, Brahmaputra, and Indus. Overall, whenever river is coming from a very high elevated area from the mountain, it will take along it the sands. ठीक है ना, the sand, and this sand will going to uh, make है ना the overall area very fertile, because this sand is containing a lot of the minerals. ठीक है ना. So formation composed of the alluvial soil deposited over the million of the years. So when alluvial soil is there, ठीक है ना, जड़ोल मिट्टी means the soil which has very wet, which is very wet. ठीक है, the normal soil that you have seen है ना, you have seen a normal soil also. So soil can be red also, soil can be dark black also, and a regular soil, the black soil, as we have said, we talked about. ठीक है ना. Overall the which is very much useful for the production of the cotton. For the cotton you need 200 frost free days. You need 200 frost free days. Clear, buddy? So this is what need to state. So Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra are the three important major rivers, taken prominent rivers, which helps in the formation of the overall mainland. ठीक है. Area is 7 kilometer. They overall control. India, Ganga, Brahmaputra plain. ठीक है ना? So this is something very vast, and just read some of the things here. You understand. So gradually filled by the sediments from the Himalaya. And overall major crops is wheat, rice, and sugarcane. These and jute. These are the major crops. Wheat, rice, sugarcane, and jute. These are the major crop of the Ganga Brahmaputra plain. Clear, buddy? Clear? Next comes overall Brahmaputra plain, Western plain. So this is something you know very well. Again, one relief feature is there, that is also something you need to understand. Relief feature, what is relief feature? This is the Himalaya. Overall, Kankar Patthar, and overall where there's a very small pebbles and stones is known as the Bhavar, and then it is known as the Tarai. Tarai. ठीक है. So Bhavar is the rough area. ठीक है. And then Tarai, and then overall Khadar and Bangar. Bangar means you'll have stones, small stones. ठीक है ना. It is a riverine valley. Riverine valley मतलब basically the valley has been created because of the river. For example, maybe you heard about the Majuli Island. Majuli Island. In this case, this Majuli Island, this is India's first or largest riverine island. Largest riverine island. It is in Assam. ठीक है. Assam में you have this Majuli Island, which is the largest riverine island. Let me show you the Majuli Island. So this is okay map. So can you see? This is the Brahmaputra which is coming down. ठीक है ना. In the Assam, overall in Assam, some region of the Assam has plain area. Some region of the Assam you will find the plain area, and this plain area is responsible for the overall decreasing in the flow of the water. So this riverine area, this flat area slows the rate of the flow of the water, and hence creates the Majuli Island. Majuli Island, because of the deposition of the sediments. Because of the deposition of the sediments. So that is the India's first riverine island, is Majuli Island. Now it also got the status of that. It also got the status of that है ना सिटी, है ना सिटी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट के लिए, है ना सिटी के लिए इसको बोल दिया था छोटा सा. ठीक है ना. फ्रॉम दैट लोकल म्युनिसिपालिटी. क्लियर. सो भाभर तराई खादर और बांगर. खादर और खादर. तो ये क्या है? These are the four relief features of in the process of the formation of the Himalaya. Clear. Next we'll talk about overall peninsular plateau. Peninsular plateau. What is the peninsular India? The South India की बात करते हैं. Then we will talk about South India is the peninsular India. So it has overall west to east extension. ठीक है ना. And here I will talk about basically the Rift Valley topography. So many rivers are there that flow inside or in between the Rift Valley. There are many rivers that flow, है ना, beneath in between the Rift Valley. First is the Narmada, ठीक है ना, है ना, नर्मदा, तापी, माही एंड सतपुरा rocks. Clear? So these are the rivers that flows in Rift Valley. They flow in the Rift Valley. They flow in Rift Valley. Clear, everybody? ठीक है. Now this is overall the peninsular range and the hills. So these are the hills that you need to understand, and don't worry about it. Each and everything regarding the points will be clear to you. Don't worry about it. I will clear each and everything. I'll give you the mnemonics for each and everything. Mapping is something which will become a boon for you. Maximum marks you will going to score from my mapping section. And that is what I'm saying. It is a boon for you. Stay with me. Just stay with me. Clear? Just stay with me. Stay with me. So it is the same thing, the Ural Central Highlands, how it is it, okay, what kind of the topography and this and that is there, okay. So this is also we'll talk about in the mapping section only about the Western Ghat. So Western Ghat is very rich in biodiversity, okay, biodiversity, it is very rich in biodiversity. Sunda land, we also say the area near it, ठीक है. And overall we'll have the ghats like Dhal Ghat, Bor Ghat, Pal Ghat. We'll discuss each and everything there in the mapping section, that what is these things, ठीक है ना. हाईएस्ट पीक इज अन्नामुडी, ठीक है ना. डोडा बेटा नीलगिरी, नीलगिरी हिल्स, ठीक है. रेनफॉल क्या होता है, द रेनफॉल इन द वेस्टर्न घाट्स द ओरोग्राफिक रेनफॉल. व्हाट इज मीनिंग ऑफ orographic? I told you. What kind of rainfall is this orographic rainfall? So that kind of rainfall where, let's say for example, this is a blocking kind of a structure, a hill. This is a particular hill. Now, the clouds are coming from this direction, or overall, the moment the clouds coming from this direction, they will strike the hill. And here, just because of the strike, what happens? Because of the strike, what happens? Overall, the rain happen, precipitation happen. This is known as the orographic rainfall. The rainfall which happens because of the hills, because of the mountain, is known as the orographic rainfall. This is known as the windward direction. Windward direction, and this is known as the leeward direction. So windward and leeward, these are the two directions. Windward and leeward, these are the two directions. Clear? Windward and leeward directions. ठीक है? Done. Okay. Hmm. The drainage system. Then we'll start. Let's start the drainage system. Okay. Let us cover these some more aspect too. Next comes the Eastern Ghat. Eastern Ghat, and one more thing, the Western Ghat it is more continuous. Eastern Ghat is less continuous. And overall, the Mahanadi rivers flows to the Nilgiri in the Eastern Ghat. So very big river, Mahanadi river. ठीक है ना. And then some important peaks are there that we'll discuss. ठीक है ना. And ठीक है. This map is very important map. And this map is very important map. Here you will have all kind of codes. ठीक है ना, all kind of coast. First is for example, you take from here, है ना, it is the Kathiawar coast. So Kathiawar coast in the Gujarat region. Konkan coast, in the Konkan region from here to here. And what you uh, need to understand clearly just their position. ठीक है, तो कोंकण कोस्ट, कन्नड़ कोस्ट, मालाबार इंपॉर्टेंट है, कोरोमंडल. So Malabar is something important, Coromandel is important, Kathiawar is also important. Next comes the Andhra, everyone knows. Next is the Utkal coast. This is also very important. Utkal coast. ठीक है ना, when you sing the national anthem, there you will find the Dravan Utkal Banga, है ना, विंध्य हिमाचल जमुना गंगा, द्रावण उत्कल बंगा. तो उत्कल and then Banga means Bengal. Utkal. So they, even the national anthem, the Utkal word is there. They talk about the Utkal. ठीक है. So this map is something very important. ठीक है ना, दिस ओवरऑल नोन एज द आंध्रा के ऊपर कोरोमंडल के ऊपर आंध्रा, ठीक है ना, और नॉर्दर्न सरकार यू रिकॉर्डेड एज द नॉर्दर्न सरकार, ठीक है ना, नॉर्दर्न सरकार। क्लियर? ओके, आज के लिए इतना रखते हैं, कल टुमारो विल टॉक अबाउट, है ना, दी अंडमान निकोबार क्लियरली, है ना, बिकॉज इट विल टेक some detailed time, है ना, extension of this and that, and then we'll talk about the next thing is the overall lined up, which is the drainage system of India. And believe me, I'm not going to invest much time in the drainage system because each and everything will be repeated and pointly, precisely in the in the हमारा mapping section. In the mapping section, each and everything will be repeated. Clear? So now if you have any doubt, you may ask, and then we'll move forward to the drainage system the very next day. Means tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, na, so I believe your class will be on Monday. Yeah, right? Because yesterday, last time it happens, your class was on Monday. Clear? Now you may ask if you have any doubt, otherwise we'll wind up the class. Any doubt if you are having? Anyone has any doubt? Or any concept that you have not got. Today, the concept was easy, not very typical, because we were discussing the general understanding of India. Even though if any concept or anything, or in the last class also, or any other class you have not got, you may ask right now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, I believe so. You have got all the concepts. Then I'll meet you tomorrow, miss the day after tomorrow, miss on Monday. Take it on the same time, same place. Till then, take it goodbye. Thank you. This is Mohit.